Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, From City to Country. I'm Kizzy, and we are here visiting a farm called Advent Farm in the UK. Advent Farms is a Christian social enterprise focused on whole person development run by an inspiring couple, Earl and Jackie. Their aim is to create a center of true education using soil as the foundation, which will ultimately enable and equip others to grow harmoniously in all areas of life. It is their hope to teach in simple, rounded, and practical ways the principles of the gospel for both physical and spiritual health. Join us today as Earl and his lovely wife Jackie take us around on a tour of Advent Farms.
This polytunnel was here when we purchased it. So the previous owner, his wife used to run a little kind of veg box system. Yeah. It's up for sale. They had this since 2010, but when we got it, the cover was blown. We had to get a new one. So here, this is the biggest tunnel out of the three of them. So this is 25 foot wide by 75 foot long. So the plan with this now, we're going to use this part to be our nursery. So I've got some tables to pick up, like 5'8" by 5'8", and they'll go around here, down there, and come here. And this will be our nursery. So we'll put like what's called a shade cloth over this part. And then we'll be running cucumbers or tomatoes. We haven't used this at all this year. We did sow some callaloo last year, and funny thing is, some of the this is the Jamaican variety, the cow tongue, Now that's what they call it, So now the thing is, I haven't put no water on it at all this year, and obviously look at the ground, it's bone dry, But yeah, so if we can get like these, man, this is definitely green gold right there,
Look, like it's even got the vents.
No, we put them in. We put the vents in that.
But even then, though, it's
a little bit of a makeshift thing, but it works. But really and truly, probably you really want your side rails up to about here, because I mean, even though we've got these here, we did start setting our tomatoes in the trays and everything, and it just, without like electricity for your fans and that, it just was too much. So you really want your side vents up to about here, I reckon.
You didn't water this at all?
We haven't put no water. Basically, I didn't plant them. This was just seeds that must have come off the previous plants.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they've just come up. We had a couple more I pulled out. So you got this one and this one are left to just go completely to seed. But they like the heat. And I mean, even if you fill them, they're not like limital. So we want to possibly consider putting this in here. The only thing is, we definitely want to have tomatoes in one, cucumbers in another. One of the other crops to consider as well is ginger.
Is this your first time you've used a polytunnel, or is it?
We've only used the polytunnels before for nursery purposes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So we haven't actually used it on a full growing season as yet. We're still going to be experimenting with that. What we want to do, and it's still not too late because we've got the space, we've got the land to do it, is run the ground source heating. So where you've got quite long. Well, what they usually do is they'll dig out the base, the footage for the polytunnel, and then run a series of tubing, to get them as much length as possible. So what we'll do it outside and just take it like maybe 100 or 200 feet that way, come back down, back up down, and then to draw all that excess hot air. All you need is a little pump, and then obviously in the winter it will push that hot air from the ground into the tunnel. We've got the mains water in here as well, but again we want to come off the mains. So next year we'll have this in full production, and those two other tunnels we've got just next, just there. So what I had to do with these, I had to cut them all again to equalise the lengths, and then I just bought some ground hoops, anchor hoops, and just put these down. So I put these are like a metre, so I've put these down, put the concrete in there, but as you can see, because of the heat. But I mean, once they all get tied in with your centre bar, your ridge bar, And then you know, when I put the mid base rail and the ground base rail on it, and it's all tied in. No, the wind ain't going to lift that because each one of these are going to probably be the best part of 30 kilos. So as you can see, we put a few cucumbers in there. We've got like some market moors coming down here.
Oh, look at that, babe.
Oh, there's a massive one there.
To be honest with you, we haven't really kind of been diligent on these. We just like, they just got away from us because we've just been doing other things. So, I mean, even though we've not really been on it, we still take about 100 cucumbers a week off of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Praise the Lord.
you saw a few buckets the other day, innit?
Praise the Lord.
So, I mean, these are, I think we've got market more on these 2 rows, and then the other one's called, I think it's Pimpernecks over here. The Pimpernecks are much longer. We might have some market more over there, but.
So Earl Moses clean out all of them on here.
Yeah, it looks like.
Oh my days, so what's going to sell this week?
Well, it might happen.
Man.
Do you have any problems with pests?
Yeah,
There's some here.
we do, but more so on like our brassicas, like our kales and that.
Yeah.
So we've got the flea beetle,
Yeah.
and that's really, you know what I mean, that really, and then just the
Decimated.
white butterfly as well. that
Oh,
will lay
yeah,
the
they're
eggs for the-
annoying.
yeah, that's right. So we've got nets, but the nets will stop the butterfly, but not the flea beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but what we found, we didn't have as much pressure when we got this like compost, and the compost has probably got it's got nothing in it. It's like sawdust really, you know, but it's just a good covering, and it really, when we put that down, we don't have no slug pressure, at least when our starts.
Right.
And we find it, I don't know if it cuts them or what, but it's, you'll see when we go over there.
Right.
So that kind of helped to alleviate that, because before you're putting them out and they were just getting like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
decimated.
Yeah, exactly, very quickly. But what we plan to do, we're gonna, once this is gone in the next few weeks, we'll get some tarps down over it for a little while, kill everything off, and then we'll start to turn out, like broad fork it, turn over, and then just get them prepared and get the drip lines set up in here for next season.
Yeah.
We wanted to try and get these tunnels in production for a winter production, but time's just not allowed it, you know.
Yeah.
So
And it's been hot as well. How is the weather here further up north?
Yeah, we've had it. I mean, we did have the 40 degrees up here as well.
Yeah.
And even for a few weeks, it was like 30s. Last week, I think we got into 30. So yeah, we've definitely had some serious weather. I'll take you over to here quickly, just so you can see. When it starts raining, as we're getting a couple months down the line, this will be like, it'll go near to the top. We dug it out a bit more, so we've got a good flow and it just goes around there. But we do get a good run on it, so it goes all the way to the middle.
Yeah.
So you've got about 300 foot worth of pipe there. And then it did run all the way to the main road, but we've cut that off.
Oh, okay.
And we've kind of just decommissioned most of it.
Okay, yeah.
And then we just got like an open ditch.
Okay.
So we can just see it running. When we first got the land, we got it ploughed, but we didn't know the pipe was running through the land.
Oh, okay,
And
yes.
so the plough broke up the pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is where all our water ends up anyway. And we've got a little spring pipe coming out there. It should be connected to the blue pipe, and it's probably giving out about maybe 2 litres a minute still. That feeds into the neighbour, so I've got to connect it back to the blue pipe there. We've got a 20 foot by 12 foot shed we was using at the other place as like a toilet block for when we had the schools. We plan to put that probably along there. We are going to hopefully get into one of those caravans in the next like maybe 7 weeks. Yeah? Just so you have time to kind of empty it and then put another toilet.
Have you seen the legal definition of a caravan?
No.
The maximum size?
Go on.
20 meters.
20 meters.
20 meters by 6.8.
Oh really?
So Joy, the legal definition of a caravan is double our house.
That is big.
Well, that's all right, because I've got something up there I'm going to be converting into a house. I'll fall into the ring.
Because of that, because it's still classed as a mobile structure, not a building, you can still kind of live in it really without any permission. However, obviously, like you have to justify why you should stay there.
But then the thing is, they've got some technicalities with that as well, because with a mobile building, if you've, say, for instance, now got, let's say you've got some armadillo cable running and you've got your plumbing cable that's fixed at a point, and then it runs into the house, that becomes now a fixed dwelling. So you know, you understand. So they can kind of get on you in some levels, and even still, you still got all them other areas of where you can legally, you know, be here. Here we've got all these. I think are elderberry trees that we put in. So
nice.
what we wanted to do is have a kind of like a kind of food forest that's going to go up and then go across like that at some point. But these are, you know, how long it will take, who knows. But these just got put in a couple of months ago, and obviously the excess dry weather has given them a bit of a beating, but they're still doing all right to a degree. They're not died off. Again, by rights, you know, you want your drip line running all along this with your newly established trees, and just giving them a bit more of a chance, really. Well, we've got our neighbour. He's got all the big equipment, so he's got like a big 7-foot flower mower on the back of this big tractor. So he'll come over and just run around the place for us. He don't really charge, you know what I mean? So he does charge, but it's very minimal compared to what the price of diesel is. We've used him to come over and like with his power harrow to get the fuel blocks ready and everything. And what we want to do with these, be careful when you step over here, because we've dug out like where we're going to put the foundations in there. We're going to get these two lifted up, moved into spot, and then get them clamped together, bolted together, cut out the inner lines, and then, you know, start framing them out inside and turning that into hopefully the home. So once, hopefully we'll be able to make a start by the end of this year on that, and we'll see how things go. Because it's really cool, what we sometimes do is put something down the floor down there, and then we'll put like when we harvest the kale or whatever, till it's ready, so we get it put in here out of field temperature to keep it cool. Got a good little deal on this. I found it on eBay one evening, and I said to Jackie, you know, I think it was, I can't remember what it was up for, right? But it was up for quite a bit. And it was on a trailer, like with the wheels and everything. So I said to Jackie, listen, I'm going to offer the guy £300. And Jackie was like, listen, that's why you don't get nothing. You know what I mean? You're always trying to get these crazy deals, yeah? So, oh, yeah, no problem. Right, we'll see. So the next morning I called up the guy, and I said, yeah, I'm interested in the reefer container you got. And he's like, yeah, okay. I said, listen, I don't need the trailer though, I don't need the wheels. He said, funny enough, I've got a scaffolding company that wants the trailer. So if you just want the box, yeah, I'll do that for you. I said, what are you going to get to me for? He said, £200. He said, cool. I remember I said £300 to Jackie, but the guy gets me for 200.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got a good deal on that.
Praise the Lord.
So,
How much is it?
I know, these new, they're probably about, what, I think they're about £4 grand, something like that. You know, and the good thing about these, they're insulated. It's like behind these sheets, they've got about sandwiched in between. I think it's about maybe 4-inch insulation, and the roof's about maybe 4 or 5 inch insulation as well.
And they can be powered, right, as well.
Yeah. Just
So it's like a mobile fridge.
This one here is a bit ain't as good, but yeah, got a little like so. We've got a little hole at the side there, so it all gets in there a little bit at the moment.
Yeah.
What we want to do here, what we're envisioning, and the main goal behind getting a place is to create an outpost of such, or sorts. So, which would double up as a you know, an evangelistic centre for, in terms of outreach programs, and also a training centre for Adventists. So how to grow food, how to basically become self-supportive, how to, you know, even combine that with medical missionary work. So growing a ton of different type of medicinal herbs and foods that can be obviously used for medicinal purpose, and equipping them to be able to then go out, etc., and running medical missionary schools here as well, along with obviously the whole, you know, Bible understanding, etc. So we've got in plans the school to go over there where the barn is, and then we'll have the 3 polytunnels there. We've got the main farm over there. and then hopefully we're going to have little units on this side of the road, but further down, you know, like a dozen or so little units that can accommodate people to stay. So when we have a school now, it might be able to accommodate, you know, like you come there as a little family.
Advent Farms are very much open to having some extra pair of hands to help during the growing season. If you would like to get in touch with Earl or Jackie at Advent Farms, please see their website linked below this video. Advent Farms thanks you for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care and God bless.